Hello there. Been a while. So this is new basement because new place. We moved like last year. I know it's been like a couple of years maybe since I did a video. It's been a while. All right, so on to the video. Welcome back, everybody. I've got a fun little project I'm working on. Gonna show you the little prototype. I mean, probably already seen in the thumbnail, but here we go. So this is a little mechanical, like, finger extension. This is kind of a shitty one that I made out of just popsicle sticks and little bits of wire and some Velcro, a little bit of tubing for my finger. But yeah, so this is kind of the start of this cool costume idea that I've got going. And I saw these claws made by Gary Fay, I think that's right, where you can order a custom thing where you send him your finger measurements and then he'll 3D print all the parts and make them and send them back. And they look really cool. They showed up on Adam Savage's channel where he had all the claws and they looked really cool. And it gave me an idea for a costume, but they are expensive. I thought maybe I'd just buy a pair from him and then do it that way, but they're like multiple hundreds of dollars, and the amount of money for a set of claws from him is gonna be like how much I'd want to spend in total on this costume. So I decided I'm just gonna make some myself. So the prototype that I made it just to kind of see if I understood the mechanics. Ow. To make sure that I could do it. Because if I don't understand how it's built, then how the hell am I supposed to design a set myself? So that works. And now I'm going to go teach myself how to use Fusion 360 so that I can design some that way and have the parts like laser cut out of aluminum or something. And yeah, time for your next stage, prototype Mark II. Here it is, the claw designed to be, you know, working in this. So just to kind of show how it works, let's drive the joint. There we go. Whoop. That's not right. Why is it not turning right? Drive. There. Claw. Eater. 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 It works. Ha 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 ha. Eater. So this part would be the finger. And then there's going to be a ring here that connects to the shaft, and then that just kind of drives everything. And then I've got like a set of parameters here to just kind of drive everything so that I can change the size of stuff for each of my fingers. Yay! And yeah, so now I'll split these up into individual parts. There will be more parts too, just to kind of fill things out so it's not so single layered. It's going to be like double-sided and other stuff. And then I'll send that off to get laser cut. Unfortunately, I do not have a laser cutter myself, so I won't be able to give you cool video of that happening. Maybe someday. But those are really expensive. So, not today. Today, this is all you get. Okay, now, loud. I've got bits and pieces, parts of things. And a bit of a little brass wire thing that I'm going to cut up to make the little shafts, or the pins, I guess, for each of the little joints. That'll go in right there. Yeah, so everything's going to get kind of glued together with epoxy. And hopefully I don't screw this up, because that would suck. Let's see if it works. Here's all my little bits and pieces. I'm going to show better how it goes together. There's the part that'll go over my finger. So there'll be the finger bit, and then this part, and then that part, and this shaft will go right there. Whoops, my laptop got unplugged. Okay. So then that shaft will go there. This shaft will go there. And that's kind of the main... Oh, I gotta move where the lights are. There's kind of the main bits of how it'll all work. It's going to be a little support piece right there. A little support piece right there. So I'm dealing with epoxy generally. Oops. I want to wear some gloves. This stuff's not good for the skin. But we also want to wear a mask because it generally doesn't smell very good. And then, of course, clamps are important. Mix. Okay. I'd say that first little bit was fairly successful. Cool. Then we wait for those. Alright, I'm going to try a different camera angle, see if I can get this better looking for you guys. There's too much reflection. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. So here's all those pieces glued together. Just gotta wait for that to set. It's supposed to keep it clamped for 30 minutes undisturbed. So what can we do while that waits? There. Okay. So this pin is one that I can do right now. It's going to be really tiny. It's only going to be that long. Okay. Yes, I should be using a jeweler's saw, but not sure where mine is right now. So this will have to do. This is just a prototype after all. It doesn't have to perform amazingly. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to epoxy that to one side of it so that the pin actually stays in place when the whole thing is wiggling around. Yes. We need just a little bit for this. And that's going to set. Okay. I can move that aside for now. So, might as well glue those together. Okay. Next step. Mog lamps. Just need a little bit. Mix it up. Oh yeah, there we go. That helps. Okay. Do. Mixing it up. I'll just do one of these guys in the end. Yep. Okay. So I'm just gonna let these few things that I have put goo on set and dry a bit before moving on to the next step. Yeah. So it'll be just a moment for you, hour or two for me. See you in a bit. This shaft is ready. There we go. Got a shaft. One that'll go next to the finger. Q. This shaft, or this piece, actually glued that little faceplate onto it. So I'll set that aside. Not quite done with that. Little nub is a problem. Actually need to cut that off. Cut off that nub. So I thought that was going to be neat. Cover up that hole. But I don't think it's going to work. So I didn't leave enough space in there for that piece. Oh, that needs to come off. So I'm a dummy. See if bolt cutters can do it. I mean, I don't see why not. Cool. Nice. Bit of a sharp edge, but just go like that. It attaches right there. Okay. So now instead of being in the way, this piece will just make it kind of flush with that. Not bad. Alright. Turns I just got to have this piece too. There we go. Okay. Doesn't look great, but no longer sharp. Okay. Another piece glued and whatever. It is messy, but it is glued. And now those two things going. That one's going too. We gotta wait another round. Or at least I do. You won't have to wait at all. Okie dokie, Pokey. Got some pieces glued up now. Getting closer, getting closer. Woo! So, here's what the final kind of product with all of its little pieces will look like. I'm at a point where I kind of need to make turn this guy into my little shafts for all the little hinges. And I glued together these pieces off to the side because they're already really tiny, kind of hard to see on camera. And those will go in basically like that to create some support for that piece to sit on, and it'll kind of help glue everything, sandwich it all together and make it more stable. That is where it needs to be. Got a little mark. Perfect. And this is not going to show up on camera, not even going to bother showing it. Yep. And that. Okay. So that's where that sits. Excellent. I just need to file that down. So there's the pin that I just filed down. Once that's in place, that will, be for that little joint. I just need to kind of secure it in place. Now, how to do that? One thing I was thinking was just I'm gonna do something that's maybe dumb and try soldering that in place. So I'm gonna go grab my soldering stuff. BRB. Okay, how close can we get with this shitty little camera? Like and subscribe so I can get more views. Maybe make money off this channel and afford a better camera. That'd be cool. Just gonna try just taping this down. I think that'll work for our purposes. I have high hopes, but we'll see. It's just sitting on the surface. This might not work at all. It's not flowing in at all. This could be an issue. I mean, it seems like maybe it's doing something now. It's starting to actually glue on this surface. Well, this might have turned into a big mess. I mean, the spot we want might be fine. Soldering iron aside. I'm gonna wait for that to cool off a little bit and try to file it down, I guess. See if it stayed, because all that crap I don't want on there. It's already not hot. Aluminum is awesome. The whole thing is warm, that's for sure, but not hot anymore. So I'm gonna try filing that off. And I mean, the hole around it is filled in, so let's undo this. Ah, yeah, definitely didn't stick. Crapples. All right. Guess it's back to just trying to use epoxy on this, I guess. Dang it, I thought maybe that would work. Well, looks like I do actually need to braze if I want to secure this. Oh well. That's not too big a deal. I can just get some brazing equipment. Gloves! And then we set this aside for later. So the next little thing we would like to glue. I'm missing a piece. What am I missing? Where is it? That goes to that, but I need the other side of that. Oh, poop. That's what's being glued right now. Okay. Well, there's another way we can do this. Mark that off. That's how long that needs to be. There's our next piece. So this little piece is not going to get glued in because it's actually going to be sandwiched between this outer piece on one side and the same outer piece on the other side. So no need to glue that one in. And we'll just leave that in there so that I know where it goes. Making progress. Making progress. Have that one, it's going. I need that and that. That's that. Okay. Okay. That and that. I think those are the only two I need left. Yes? Yes. Right there. That piece is all set. So now I need that one, which is for this piece. Right there. Man, I wonder how much of this actual footage I'm going to be able to use. Never had to film this kind of up close, delicate work before. So we'll see if any of this is any good. Probably not. This will be another one that's kind of a free floating joint because it's going to be locked between two surfaces. Okay, so I've got these two pins now where they need to be at the right length. This pin on the correct piece is drying off to the side. Whoops, that. Which will go into this guy so that it will sit there. So that's exciting. So then on the other side, you kind of see that pin's ready and that pin's ready. It's just a little bit more glue that I need to wait to dry so that I can assemble this whole thing. Yeah, a couple other things I would like to do. So now what I'm going to do is file these edges down a bit. As it is right now, the way it sits on my finger, that kind of cuts into my knuckle. That one on the back is fine, I guess. It's more just that one so that I can actually bend my finger without like hurting myself. Let's get to that. Okay, so I had a thought about using my bench grinder thing, but this angle is just a little too tight to get that belt in there. So I'm going to use a Dremel. Clean that off, or cut off a bit on the tip there. Cleaned it up, and now that just is a lot more comfortable. That fits a lot. It's a lot nicer. I think until the glue dries on that other little piece, there's not much more I can do right now. So, see you in a minute. Need to figure out where exactly to put these little supports for the next layer. All right, so I've made some marks to show where these are gonna go. Fully open and fully closed. So right there, it's going to be a good spot for that to be. It'll stop it kind of right there, which when it's in my hand would be stabbing me anyway. So there'll be plenty of room. I may want to actually take off some of this tip anyway so that it doesn't stab me as much. Okay, now of course I need to remark where my pieces are going to go. It is now clamped. Excellent. So, now we wait for that. Getting close though. Just a few more rounds of this and we'll be done. Something I did off camera, I just cut this out of a little PVC pipe connector, and that'll be what that attaches to. Okay, finger straight, and the ring on. That actually looks, yeah, it's actually like a perfect spot. So I think that'll be good. That'll be just fine. Yes, yes. So before this thing gets locked up with glue, I want to put the ring together. So what I'm going to do is take this, in there. Those are not aligned very well. I need to fix that hole. Would I get too far? That's better. Slightly loose, but this is the prototype, so that's fine. I just need to make sure it all works. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to heat that up there with a torch so that I can bend it easily. So this end will attach there, that end will attach there, creating a nice little ring. I wanted to do this so I can basically use this piece to bend it and make sure that it's going to be a perfect fit. And then of course when I attach this, it won't be detachable. So I want to make sure that I can attach it while this is all secured. Yep, over explaining. Probably cut this part out. Blah, 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 blah. Let's go get the torch. Gosh, I need to get better at lighting torches. Holy crap. Okay, well, it's not pretty, but it should do. Hinge is maintained. Yay! Yay! All right, let's go back to the gluing, I guess. So now that that is in there, I will be able to just cut that off and attach it to the ring. Nice and easy. Cool. But before that, got these two plates to get on there so that that will be done. Okay. Yes. Yes. Quiet. Okay, now I'm going to leave that probably overnight just to make sure everything is all good and whatever. So I'll see you in a minute. Here we go. Okay, next day. Stuff should be all cured now. There is a little bit of an issue. Don't know if you get the focus better. Right here, if you can see that. It's like a little bit of a bulge on the pin, which means some of the epoxy kind of came through into the joint. Probably means I'm gonna have to break it a little so that it'll bend. But let's just undo all these and see where we are. Yeah, it's pretty stuck. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't fuck it up too bad. Okay, bend. Oh, yeah. You can see a little bit of extra epoxy that came through. Just take those chunks off. Okay. Just flex it a bit. Get it like kind of loosened up. Might even be worth it to put some oil in the joints. Okay, yeah, that makes it flow a lot smoother. Cool. So there it is. Okay, it is kind of heavy. Might want something to help pull that back too. But there it is. I think for next iteration I will definitely need to do something to kind of figure out how to make it weigh a little less. This is pretty chunk. I think I need some stuff on the side too here. Let's see. All right, got some just elastic here. I'm just gonna kind of hot glue some shit together. Opening it is quite difficult. Oh, yeah, now it's getting like stopped right here. A little too much friction when trying to pull it back. Ah, poop. Okay, well, got yanked right out of the ring. Trying to pull it back. All right, I definitely need to make this lighter, but that's kind of prototype. It looks neat. So, thinking with the brazing, I'm not going to need these side plates, so those don't need to get doubled up. Same with over here. I'll probably just go with a single plate for that one too. And then probably make these supports a little bit smaller in here. And then with the brazing, they definitely don't need to be as big. Won't need as much surface area for the epoxy. Yeah, I'll probably just thin out the profiles of all this to make this more of like a single shaft that leads to bulbs at either end where the joints are. That'd probably be good. Yeah, probably a variety of places I could take out some material. And then something to make a stronger ring. That didn't work. But there's the general idea. Yeah, this is real heavy. That would not be practical to use. Too much material. Yep. Cool. There's the prototype. Well, conceptual proof of concept. First aluminum prototype. I think I just, need to do stuff to make it lighter. But, I mean, it works otherwise. It's just too heavy. Too heavy. Too heavy. Wah, wah, wah. It's cool though. Well, thanks for watching. I got some design work to do and whatnot before I can kind of move on to the next one. See ya.